I got a sulky in here, and tire's a little flat. But not only that, it doesn't sound very good. And as you can see, as it going around, it is a run flat tire, but I think it's toast. I'm gonna switch it out. Oh yeah, they shouldn't be able to do that with a run flat tire. Let me bring you back after I take it off. Alright, got the tire off. This was the well pump. Alright, so I got the old tire off. This tire is like, I think I got it back, trying to think, 2011 or so. I don't know, run flats are kind of becoming like a thing. Outside of like manufactured foam ones, I think. And so like right here it's really soft to push on, then it gets harder, and then it's really hard over here like it should be for a flat, run flat, or flat free, no flat, whatever. So for the last couple of years this tire had like a flat spot feeling, so I'm guessing that's what this was, but shouldn't be able to do that with these types of tires. I mean, I got my years use out of it, but hopefully the new one is a little bit better. And now this new tire has a higher weight rating than the old one, so see what happens. And we're going to bolt that one up, and probably going to have to shim it up a little bit, maybe put some bushings on it to get it to work, because this axle doesn't come out, or this hub doesn't come out as far as these do. So might have to do a little bit of shimming to get it to work. I mean, the flat tires, of the flat free, as this one says it, have gotten better. I mean, I have one on a wheelbarrow back when they were coming out, and they were expensive, and it weighs so much more than the new ones now. So hopefully this new flat free one runs a lot better, and I'll bring you back when I have it on. Alright, so I got the new tire on there. I haven't greased it yet. It's got a wobble to it. I can't get rid of that. Even brand new, this one's had a wobble. The sulky, I mean, not the tire. Yep, it's a single. Thanks for watching, doing the switch out of this. It is a single wheel tire, sulky. Throughout the years I've been able to use like the twin ones where the front swivels like this one does, and that one, if you're working in yards that like the property has like smooth ground and there's no lumps in the yard, it's great. But when you hit a lump, it hurts really bad to get thrown from it. And then I know there's ones that have like the it's the swivel caster wheels. Those aren't bad. My only thing is that the foot section or location drags along the bottom. So again, if you don't have a smooth yard or you're going over roots or something, it gets hung up on. So it doesn't work unless you have the perfect yard. What would be nice is Walker mower makes the super single or the double rear wheel that they have on the rear caster of the Walker mower. For those that don't know, Walker mowers have an out front mower. You sit on the two drive wheels, and then on the back there's a caster wheel where like the traditional ones that they've had for decades have a grass catcher off the back, and you can get different wheel setups for it. I'd love for someone to do like a super single sulky wheel. But also, again, you know, there used to be Silkies that were tow behind that you used to sit on and they were steerable, but those have gone away too. So hopefully this tire goes a little bit longer than this. Again, this is on a walk behind that, you know, as we increase how many accounts we have for mowing, I'm going to look at like a stand-on mower, which kind of phased out a lot of the Sulkies too. Guys just saying, why am I going to buy a Sulky? And then all the inherent dangers of jackknifing the Sulky and so on and so forth. Depending on which ones you have, they're worse than others. Oh, they also make one that's like a slide, so it just slides over. So you're dragging the whole thing, so it's like without even having a tire. Again, I can't see the purpose of it because, you know, I don't mow yards that are perfect. Or, you know, well, when we cut it, it looks perfect, but if you walk the yard, yeah, there's little holes and divots and stuff like that. So, but, well, thanks for watching. And if you've ever wondered, can you make a flat free tire go flat? Yes, you can make it go flat. But let's see how long this one lasts compared to this guy. Thanks for watching. Alright, some of you might have been like, you know, how come one side of the tire was hard, the other side was soft and pliable? Or maybe it's just me. I'm going to cut into it anyway, see what happened if there was a failure of the material inside, or it was just a bad, poorly made tire. So, like I had said, this tire is pretty old. Geez, hopefully I could cut through it. This tire is pretty old. It was kind of when the run flat tires were getting popular outside of just like hand trucks and stuff. I don't care if I ruin the tire because it's not worth it at this point with all the cuts and everything on it. I just like to see excuse me, like to see what happened to it, why it failed like it did. It had that lump, flat spot feeling for years, so I just want to see what was the cause of it, if I can cut through it. I use this on a 36-inch Exmark Turf Tracer Hydro, and when you look at some of these Sulkies, they say not to use it on that narrow machine. Again, I assume the responsibility. I'm not forcing people to, you know, use it like that. And I mean, it makes the turns kind of hard and tight, but you can at least keep moving even on a hot day instead of walking. And I use it on big properties anyways. I don't use it on every property because with it being a 36-inch, it can fit into smaller sections anyways, which I can't even use the Sulky at that point because it's so narrow. But geez, hopefully I can get this off. Let me get a pry tool. I'll bring you right back. So, like I was saying, I know manufacturers say don't use a Sulky with such a narrow machine, and some of it comes down to the operator. I mean, now they have stand-on machines that go down to a 32, and I mean, let's face it, that 32 is pretty narrow. Did I even cut through the bead yet? No. So a 32-inch wide machine, and you stand on it, I mean, how much worse is that compared to using a Sulky? Oh, there you go. I mean, Sulkies are normally dangerous anyways, just because you can be easily thrown from the machine. You can jackknife, because some of them don't have a stop to keep the part that you stand on, from rotating 360 degrees. The one I have does have a front yoke on it so that you can't jackknife, but it can reach that lock, that bumper stop, and then obviously just stop rotating at that point, and then it just digs in. Man, I am having a harder time with this than I thought. I'm just going to cut it this way too. Cut a hole in it. So, some people like sulky, some people don't. At the time, I think it was only Right Stander had stand-on machines at the time that I bought the 36-inch Exmark, and they weren't bad, but like we were doing a lot of bagging. Come on. Actually, can you guys see that? It's like a foam, a rubbery foam. It's like a thin layer too. Let me dig deeper into this to try to get a better shot of this, and also just get the hub off so I can get rid of it. But so Right Standers were good, don't get me wrong. It's just that I was bagging a lot of leaves and they didn't have much of an option for a bagger, and then people had like homemade attachments for baggers, and at the time it was just kind of like, do you deal with it? Do you not? And also I had some steep slopes that, again, you couldn't use a Right Stander on because it was too steep. But obviously since then, Toro came out with the Grandstand, the original Grandstand that was just a mower. Now it's multi-force and all that. But man, this thing is really giving me a tough time here. It failed, but it doesn't want to give up its secrets. But yeah, all you see is my hands, right? It's just me trying to pry on it and not cut myself. Man, I'm alive. This tire won't come off. Let's see if I cut it more. Get it to stretch out. But the stand-on machines have come a long, long way since then. But you know, sometimes you can't wait. You just gotta get a machine. You can't wait to see what's gonna happen sometimes. But the options now are so much better. I mean, I don't know how insurance companies feel about a sulky or a stand-on. I mean, I think it comes down to the person operating it. You know, I thought this thing would just pop off like a regular tire where you just use the tire irons. I mean, I don't have any. Where you just pull it off. Let me rethink this and bring you back. Alright, I know. I'm using like a slightly modified screwdriver pry bar. I know. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. Anyways, regular hub on the inside. There's the hole for if it was an air-filled tire. You know, now the new ones, it's solid. There's no hole in it anymore for the air chuck bit. What do you call it? Inflator plug. So, anyways, regular hub on the inside. I had to do a bit of cutting off camera. There was some non-friendly YouTube language, but got it open. This was the side that was pretty solid, and this was the side that was soft. So it's like, it has some rubber bits in it from it deflating, and then if you could kind of see in here, I don't know how well it's going to show up with the poor lighting and everything, but like the rib is cut on the inside. Not from me. It's like flat on the bottom, where on the top here it's up. You know, I don't know. Again, this was like when these tires were just coming out. They might have gotten better, but this is probably why it had that flat spot for a while before just going totally bad. I mean, it feels like solid rubber, but if it was just a failure in this tire, or, oh, okay, didn't know I could pull this part out. You know, you think it'd be solid, but I don't know what the heck happened there. If anyone deals with this stuff and kind of knows, like, oh yeah, hey, it failed or something. I mean, there's like this foamy stuff. I'm making a mess. There's a foamy stuff on here, in here. I don't know if that was for cushion or what, but as you can see, this is not a consistent shape in any means. So, I don't know. It's nice to see what caused the failure and why it was so flat. And this is a couple of days since I put the other one on and I've used it. And it's night and day compared to this one. I can back up easier. It doesn't... with this, because it used to be flat on one side, it would not back up very well. It would jackknife really easy, so it was like a lot of maneuvering back and forth, back and forth. The new one's a heck of a lot better. I mean, you see this? It's like, it's got a crescent moon shape to it. You know, was it the way that they made the tire? Was it when it failed? It just let go and that was it? Because like going down the road, across the lawn or across the driveway, you'd be going along and it'd be whoop, whoop, you know, this motion. So this is probably why it was doing that. It would hit this low spot. So I don't know. This is an older tire, like I said. They must have gotten better. Like now they have weight ratings on the tires now, and I mean the stand-on machines have gotten a lot better. They have more attachments. You know, like you can get more options for it if you're blowing, bagging, moving, hauling. You know, front tine detachers now, compared to back then where it was only I can't think of the name now. Brain fart. Right Stander had it. I think a couple of other people had stuff where it was like you could stand and then you had like a modified tractor seat / like motorcycle seat that you could sit on the back of. That was made by several people that I can't even think of now, and I don't even see those mowers anymore. So, I mean, the Sulkys have kind of, I don't know if they've fallen out of favor yet. I don't see a lot of guys using them anymore. Now everybody's using a stand-on machine. You know, you used to in the back in the day get tow-behind ones that had a seat on it, and you could either steer it or it just kind of trailered behind the mower. Those are gone, and when I see them online, they're sold. So I'm not quick enough to find them anymore, and I don't even see many posts about them anymore either. But you know, for right now, this is what I'm working with. I don't know if I said it before when I was doing the tire. Looking for another mower, because obviously a 36-inch mower works on certain yards. Big yards, it's not very efficient. So we're starting to use it more and more now, and maybe look for something else. Keep that for small, difficult yards or steep slopes. You know, don't know what the future holds. I mean, everything's getting better and better now, especially in the last couple of years. Things have really taken off as far as technology, even robotic mowers now. So, if you were wondering what happened to it, there's the innards. Took a little bit of time to do it, but got it apart. So.